And here we go. We got Jeffrey at Only Talk Sports joining us tonight for this amazing post-game show. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
I'm doing great, Jackson. I think we can safely say that Alabama is still Alabama. Okay, Nick Saban's gone, but roll Tide. Alabama went out there and played a heck of a game. Again, this is what I said earlier this week. I am more worried about what happens after this game than this game because I knew we'd come out ready to play. I didn't know if we'd win for sure. I picked us to win. I didn't know if we'd win for sure. But I said, we're going to play hard. And we did. After this game, though, is where I'm like, hey, is the intensity going to stay up for Vanderbilt? Is the intensity going to stay up for Missouri, for Oklahoma, for Auburn? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm worried about. But for tonight, Alabama showed up. The Alabama that we're so accustomed to seeing. The hard hits. Still wasn't great on the ground. Caden, Caden, all year, Caden, you said we were cooked. We were toast. We were going to get blown out. Who cares that we were lucky to survive? We won. We beat them. Georgia lost again to the Alabama Crimson Tide in their place. I mean, you've got nothing to say, man. And what about Notre Dame, too? I know it's Alabama. What about Notre Dame? I just want to throw that out there. You foresaw that, Kane. You foresaw a 56-13 win for Notre Dame. I'm just saying. Notre Dame isn't dead yet. They're not dead. But Alabama, you said we had no shot to beat Georgia. And I don't even want to say, oh, nobody believed in us. No. I don't even want to say that. That's corny. No. I don't. No. There were people that picked us. There were people. But overall, most people thought Georgia would win. Most. Right. But we thought Alabama would win. And I understand that there is, the bias with our picks. I get that. We're going to back our team, but I personally believe we would show up and win. So, I don't know. It was a great game. I mean, were we perfect? No. No, absolutely not. And again, I agree with this. It's a long season. That's why I'm not sold on the team just yet, because we saw last year we beat Georgia and then we fell apart. So no, I'm not saying we're a playoff team. I'm not saying that any of those things. We could lose 3-4 games still, because I want to see from DeBoer a complete season effort. That's what I want to see. Every game we try hard. If we give the same effort we gave tonight against Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt will have no chance.
No.
But if we don't give the same effort and we play a C- game or a D+ game against Vandy, they could beat us again. But tonight we played at least an A-. It was a good performance. We weren't perfect. The shank kick was bad.
Lord.
But I mean, there were errors. But on third down, we were incredible on third down. Ty Simpson was incredible. I want to hear your thoughts on Ty Simpson, Jackson, honestly.
Oh, man. Like, before you came on here, I basically asked, where are all the Ty Simpson doubters? They're not there anymore. They were throwing the baby out with the bathwater on him after week 1. I told people, look, we got a long season to go. If he's screwing up games 2 and 3, then okay, let's go with Keelan Russell. But he's not been screwing up. He's been amazing, putting up video game numbers in weeks 2 and 3, and he put out a great performance tonight. That run that he made on third down in the first quarter, that made me think, we're going to be all right tonight. We're definitely going to win this game.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing I think is so impressive with Ty Simpson is how he's supposedly bounced back from that adversity at Florida State, where people were calling for him to get benched already for Russell or Austin Mack, and he played like crap, all that kind of stuff. He really wasn't even that bad in the Florida State game. I keep saying that. He was not that bad in that game. But Ty Simpson since then has been incredible. I mean, obviously, as an Indiana fan as well, I've been hyping up Mendoza.
Yeah.
And for good reason. Mendoza definitely deserves to be in the Heisman conversation, but I think we might want to start kind of throwing Ty Simpson in that conversation. I mean, I'm not saying front runner or anything like that, but Ty Simpson is playing really good football. Since that Florida State game, his numbers are incredible. And he was great tonight. I mean, he had one throw that should have been picked off. Probably. It was bad. But other than that one throw, he was solid all game. And he never let the game get, like, too big for him. The moment. He was locked in. And I will say, I have to give credit to the defense as well. Yeah, they allowed Georgia to run way too much. They did. We kind of got run all over by the Bulldogs. But when it mattered the most, we held them.
We did.
Because, I mean, that 24-21 score held a long time. We survived. I mean, we did survive. I mean, Caden's right on we survived, but we won the game. So who cares? That's the thing. We won.
A win is a win is a win. I mean, like the third down efficiency, like you mentioned, excellent point with the third down efficiency. Like we were amazing on third down, especially in the first half. Like we were basically 100% or near 100% at third down conversions. The Georgia Bulldogs, they were not even close to 50%. They were at 25% tonight for the whole game. That was a bad look for them right there. Like we put a stop to them. Like we basically did. We like the audience said, we survived, but we got another win. Where are all the doubters at? And that was another thing though. The running game. I was thinking a little bit about the running game. I asked questions about the running game. I saw Gene Chizik on SEC Network on one of the pregame shows this week asking about the running game. A lot of people were asking about it. I know that Sit-O says that we have the runophobia. We can't run the ball and we can't stop the run. And we did a little better on the run game tonight. I will say that. But we do need to fix it, no doubt.
I was really impressed with Bray Hubbard, especially on that forced fumble he had. That hit was incredible, and it proved to be the difference maker. We got a field goal on that drive. The field goal was the difference. But I will say that we were very fortunate. Obviously Ron Williams dropped that touchdown pass.
Yeah.
But we scored on that drive. Georgia dropped a touchdown pass too. If Georgia connects on that play, they probably win. So it is what it is, right? You look at these type of games, and it is what it is. So Georgia had their chances. We had our chances to pull away even further, but we didn't. But we ended up winning. And again, that's what matters. The good guys, the roll tide roll, we figured it out. We figured out how to hold on in a game that we probably shouldn't not have won, because we did kind of fall apart a little bit, but we held on. We figured it out. We figured out how to keep the lead. It was really incredible. It was very impressive. I mean, the thing is I said that both Alabama and Georgia are worse.
Yep.
They are. I mean, nobody can tell me, looking at that Georgia team, that's an elite team. They're not. They are not an elite team. It's the name Georgia that has everybody fooled, just like with us for a while. I mean, we're not elite. We are not an elite team. We've got great players, and we've got the potential, as well as Georgia does, to be elite because of the talent. But as of right now, neither team is elite. They just are not. Georgia is not an elite football team. And I've said this over and over, and Georgia fans, they can't stand me for it because they don't want to admit it. I mean, all I want is just a little self-awareness from people sometimes.
You're like their Kirk Herbstreit. Like with Florida State with Kirk Herbstreit, you're like their Kirk Herbstreit, I swear.
Well, I mean, maybe. I honestly probably am, I guess. But I just want a little self-awareness with these people to look at their football team. I want them to look at their team and just say, hey, we're not as good as we were 3 years ago. We're not. We're not this elite program winning national championships right now. We are good, and we've got talent, but we're not playing all that well. Georgia last year should have been 8-5. I don't care what they say. They should have been 8-5. And right now they should be 2-2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. They're not that great.
I mean,
Georgia's
Georgia only
not better. Like, they're literally not better. They just lost at home. And they didn't play that good.
I mean, you've only beaten Alabama once. And that's another thing, too. Your 34 home game winning streak has ended. It is gone. It is kaput. You're going to have to create a new
you got these Georgia people coming in for no reason at all. You lost the game. Like,
that's fine.
You are not a great team. You have great players, and you have Kirby's won 2 titles and all that. But as of right now, you are not a great team. Could you get there? Maybe, but I'm not seeing a lot of positive signs for that.
Well, that's because they had that
Branch
idiot Mike
and Stockton, that connection's fine, but I mean the running game honestly was really good only because Alabama's flawed in that department.
You cannot tell me
literally no one cares.
You cannot tell me you're going to win a playoff game.
Do you care about this, Jackson?
Not at the moment, no.
I don't care at all. If you're smarter, go to Georgia. Who cares? Like, literally, if you're smart, you're going to go to Northwestern or Duke or Vandy. You're not going to go to Georgia.
You can't tell me that you're going to win a playoff game or get to a natty with Mike Bobo as your offensive coordinator. It is not happening. It's not happening at all.
Comparing schools' academics does not have anything to do with discussing football. It does not matter at all, literally. I mean, because if you're ranking schools based off academics, then Stanford should be the best in football, and Northwestern and Vandy and all these teams. But they're not, because of football is not done that way. Schools with poor academics win, because it's easier to go to the school, and they typically are investing more in their athletics than their academics. So, I mean, it's just kind of obvious. Yeah, so we got Caden saying, appreciate the super chat, Caden. He says, the end is coming for the top, but you won't see it coming. Well, the thing is that if Alabama is at its end, then that would mean that their football program is discontinued, like UAB's was and SMU for a while. That means that we have no more football. So that would be the case. That's what would happen if Alabama came to an end. So we're not going to come to an end in that way. Coming to an end in your way is that we become 3-9 and we're trash and we're irrelevant and we're the new Indiana football. That's no longer Indiana, because Indiana's good now. But the old version of Indiana, we're the losingest program of all time. For that to happen, it would take a whole lot for that to happen, because Alabama's got money, they've got support, they've got great coaches, fan base. I mean, even Nebraska's not that bad. I mean, they can win 6 games sometimes, right? I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I just, for us not to see it coming, we would know if Alabama was at its end.
It would be when
we would know. We're not there.
It would be when people stop storming the field every time they beat Bama. So, but I will say,
Bama is only football when they have a good basketball team now. They have tons of other sports that they're good at.
Life got easier in college basketball for Alabama.
Literally, Alabama's good at a lot of other things in football. I mean, there some of their other sports, the smaller sports, we're good at a lot of those. I mean, it's just the way it is. We're not just a football school. We're known as just a football school. But literally, you could say that about like every university. They're known for something. Vanderbilt's known for baseball, but now their football team's better. But they're known for baseball, Some of those Pac-12 schools that are no longer in the Pac-12 because they're dead are known for water polo, or something like that. I mean, every university is known for something.
Well, Alabama Roland mentions that Kirby lost his first home night game tonight since he's been there. That's true. Guess the last time Georgia lost a home game prior to tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a hint. It was in October, and it was a month before Disney Plus even founded, and it was on noon on ESPN. And this team is now one of the 3 main rivals of Georgia.
I should know this. I really should. The fact that it's not coming to me right now is kind of sad.
Oh,
I know the answer, but it's just not coming to me right
It was
now.
South Carolina.
Yep, I remember that now. That was a weird game.
Oh man, but that's the thing though.
My only response to this is ditto, because we won, you didn't. So I mean, literally, your team sucks. I mean, if you're using that logic, your team sucks. Like, they're not good, dude. Because I don't think Alabama was that great in the game at times. There was a lot of flaws. We had mistakes.
Yeah, we didn't score it all in the second half. Like that was a huge.
And I will preface for actual Georgia fans that using noggin, Georgia does not suck, but using your logic, Georgia sucks. Because if Bama sucks, then you suck. I mean, that's just how that works. Honestly, that's how that works. That's like Ohio State saying Michigan sucks, but it's like you're not beating them right now, so that means you suck. But you won the title. You know, you can't really play that game. You know, it just doesn't really work that way. It doesn't work that way. You know, I think Georgia needed to win tonight. That's why I'm so glad that Georgia did not win, because as much as people say that Alabama's fan base is arrogant and cocky and trash, and you know what? A lot of them are, because we're a big fan base. Even if there's a lot of bandwagon people that aren't really fans and they're just fans because it's Alabama, well, you want to know what? Georgia does the same thing. Mm-hmm. Georgia has obnoxious fans online, some of the worst. And honestly, they used to be a lot better. When I was like on here 5-6 years ago, it seemed like Georgia was pretty chill. It was like, oh, well, you know, we're just Mark Richt struggling. You know, hopefully we get back to the good old days and all that kind of stuff. Herschel Walker. Now, Georgia fans are just obnoxious. Not all. I do know a few good Georgia fans. We got two great contributors to the Voice of College Football, and Matt Green, Bo Underwood.
Oh, they're
great.
Amazing.
But there's a lot of obnoxious Georgia fans. But every fan base has annoying fans. Mark Rogers himself even said that. All fan bases have annoying people in them. They just do. Just seems like Georgia's just such a large portion of the fan base. And pretty loud voices, too. Like, even pretty well-known individuals in that community. They're just very annoying. I don't know why. I don't understand that. I mean, they just think that they're mightier than thou about everything. And it's like, you're not even that good. as good as you're saying that you are. Again, Georgia's a good team, but you're acting like, you know, hey, Saban's gone. We're going to own the SEC now. I'm failing to see that. I understand people are like, oh, they won the SEC last year.
Barely.
Okay. I mean, did they look that good last year doing it?
No.
I mean,
they were in a close game with Mississippi State and Kentucky.
The Kentucky and the Georgia Tech and the Florida and all. I mean, again, I've said this about 8 billion times, but again, they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. We admit we had problems. I was very critical of Alabama. We had problems last year, losing to Vanderbilt and losing, you know, Oklahoma, Michigan, the bowl game. I was irritated. The fact we just didn't even show up for that. But when it comes to Georgia, it's like their fans just aren't seeing it. They're not seeing what most people are seeing. But a lot of people aren't wanting to admit that Georgia is kind of declining right now, and they got to figure things out right now. They got to figure things out. They should be 2-2. Tennessee choked. And that's all there is to it. Tennessee choked. Georgia should not have won that
Bobby
game.
Hill Riz ran out. That's why Georgia won.
But, I mean, if Georgia was a great team, then they should have won tonight. They should have done what they were supposed to do. They should have beaten us. Alabama's reign of terror is over. Saban's gone. I mean, there's no excuse anymore. You know what I'm saying? Why did Georgia not win? I mean, you did you see the crew that commentated the game? Like, you had Kirk Herbstreit literally being asked by Chris Fowler, how did this happen? Like, why can Georgia not beat Alabama? And you want to know what Herbstreit's response was? I don't know. They can't. And I mean, I agree with Steve here with this comment. I agree. My thing is, why is it that sometimes teams can't beat a team? Because Ohio State, clearly, by all accounts, with their talent and the NIL, even though Michigan's got a ton of that too, but Ohio State's roster and their coaches and their players and the fans and all that. Well, I mean, the fans are both fan bases are big and insane and all that, but Ohio State is better than Michigan, but yet they've lost the last 3 times. Georgia should be better than Alabama right now, and
But
yet
they're not. Well,
they can't beat us.
oh yeah.
And they still can't. Literally, Saban's gone, and they've lost still the last 2 games against us. They can't win.
And that's another thing I've been thinking about as well, because like we've had the road woes last year. They carried on over to week 1 against Florida State, right? Have the road woes ended officially? How are you feeling about that, Jeffrey?
Well, I don't know, because again, last year, because I kept saying that too. I kept talking about the road woes because you're absolutely right about that. But then people kept throwing back at me LSU. The LSU game, we beat a 42-6 on the road. So it's not like we completely had road woes last year, but we had road woes losing to 3 teams that we should have beat. That's, again, what worries me. I don't know if it's more of a road problem because, again, we struggled against South Carolina at home last year. I think it's more of an effort issue. I don't want Alabama to become like Auburn. I'm not saying Auburn now. I don't know if Freeze is trying to figure things out. Auburn's trying to be competitive, but, they've just lost their last 2 games. But such is life in the SEC. But the thing is that Auburn years ago, between the Malzahn and now era, how many games have we seen Auburn show up against Georgia, show up against Alabama, but then suck against everyone else? That's what I don't want Alabama to do, because when you look at DeBoer's tenure so far, all of our losses are to teams we should have beaten. Every one. Yeah. Every game we were favored to win that we lost under DeBoer. We were not favored to win this game, but we won. But we lost to Tennessee. We were favored last year. Lost to Oklahoma. Lost to Vandy. Lost to Michigan. And lost to Florida State. And we were favored to win all those games. That is why I'm worried in general. Almost every time we play somebody like Vanderbilt again or Missouri, are we going to show up with the same intensity that we displayed today? Because if we do, we will win every game left on our schedule. But the thing is that's not a guarantee, because I don't know if DeBoer can get his team that fired up and hungry and ready to play that hard every single game the rest of the season. But what do you think about that?
I think we can. I think we've gotten over the road woes for right now. I mean, yeah, like Missouri's going to be our next road game, but we're going to be at home next week against Vandy. I think we're going to be ready for Vandy next week. And honestly, I think Pavia is a better quarterback than Stockton. He's in a better offensive system than Stockton, honestly. I've been telling people all week, I'm more worried about Pavia than I am about Stockton. I mean, Stockton's nothing. You just got to put a ton of pressure on him. You're good. Pavia? Ooh, bro, it's scary, man.
Yeah, people said Gunnar Stockton was so incredible against Tennessee, and people kind of forget that Tennessee defensively kind of suck.
Oh yeah.
And I actually use that truthfully. I'm not saying it to respond to a Georgia fan talking about how trash Alabama is and saying, well, Georgia stinks by your logic. Tennessee's defense stinks. No. It's not good. Mississippi State is improved this year, but Tennessee should have lost today. But they won. Good job, Bobby Hill. But the thing is that Tennessee's not a good defensive team. So it's like Gunnar Stockton putting up those stats. I mean, I don't know, man. It's like, okay, it's good, I guess. But, he did it in a road atmosphere. I mean, outside of Branch, I mean, yeah. Is Georgia? I don't know, man. Like, looking at him, just look at him. Just Georgia impress you that much? I mean, I'm spitballing here because I'm failing to understand why people think that Georgia is elite. Other than it's Georgia and Kirby, I don't understand it. I don't get it.
There is one other factor.
We literally would be live right now if we lost. So no, that's completely false. Again, rain, sleet, snow, shine. 50-point win, a 50-point loss. We're here covering Alabama every week when we play. So that's false. That is false info. And again, I've literally been on. Yeah, not BS. We've been on every game. Did it last year. Do it this year. Do it next year. We're gonna be here.
We're always here.
But my point, when it comes to, I don't care. Forget that guy. But when it comes to Alabama, though, man, it's like we're still a good team, no matter what people say. And Georgia's still a good team, but they're just not as good. These are two not as good programs anymore, and we're still better than them. So that's honestly the facts. We're still better than them.
Well,
I mean, I'm honestly shocked it happened, Jackson. I mean, I picked Alabama to win, but I mean, I thought Georgia would play better than that.
Honestly, I'm not too shocked because I felt like we were. Because I felt like Georgia, like the way they played against Tennessee, that made me think that they were not going to play real hard against Alabama. It was like they were just going to come up short, just like they have in years past. They've not beaten Alabama in Athens since 2003, the dark ages of the internet. Well, I call them dark ages of the internet, but you get my point. So it's just, we're fine against Georgia, obviously. And it was like, people got freaked out about the week 1 loss, understandably so. But a lot of people tend to forget about 1983 Miami, 2014 Ohio State, and 08 Florida. Not saying 2025 Alabama is like those teams, but just to let everybody know, those teams lost early in the season too. A lot of people threw the baby out with the bathwater, but they won out the rest of the way. But we're in a much different position, in 12-team playoff and all that stuff. We just have to go 10-2. We're good. We could win out, no doubt about it, if we play like we did against Georgia tonight.
If we play like we did against Georgia tonight, like I said earlier, we will win every single game left.
Agreed.
I mean, it's literally the case. Every team that we play, theoretically, left on our schedule is worse than Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
South Carolina stinks.
Auburn's
not that great. Oklahoma's got Mateer hurt right now. Vandy's a threat. But the point is that it doesn't matter how good or bad these teams are. No. We are better than every single team left on our schedule.
True.
And we beat the best team on our schedule in Georgia because, honestly, our schedule's not terrible. As hard as everybody wants to make out the schedule to be, LSU. LS what? LS nothing. Okay, they're still trash. LSU
can we get that?
Still
can
trash.
We get that on a T-shirt, please? LS what?
I mean, I'm serious. Like, we're better than everybody else on our schedule, but I'm not super confident in us to play this hard every week left on the schedule. That's what I want to see, but I don't know if we're going to see. I hope we do. Because if we do, if DeBoer has our team playing A ball every week,
here we go.
I think we'll be able to win out. But I'm not going to pick that or predict that because knowing us, we'll lay an egg next week because it's Vanderbilt. And we'll overlook them. I don't know if we will because they're ranked. I don't know. I'm just concerned with Alabama in that regard. We have to play hard every single game this season.
I think our eyes are on Vandy this year. I believe we can.
I would hope so.
I know so. Gotta keep the faith.
Look at Florida State. I mean, who's better, Alabama or Virginia? I mean,
Alabama.
That's a stupid question, right?
Alabama.
But it's like Florida State they lost to Virginia. That's why, we're not out of the woods.
No.
We can lose to anybody.
I heard people saying that Bama sucks because they lost a team that lost to Virginia on Friday. It's like, that's not true.
It's a stupid argument. Literally, have you seen the effect where this team lost to this team, lost to this team, lost to this team? Oh, yes. This MAC school's the national champion. Yeah, no one cares.
I don't.
No one cares.
I think that's what they call transitive property, I believe.
I think those teams won today, Caden, but I could be
Well,
wrong.
yeah,
Could be
I
wrong.
think Caden's having a bad day, but let's
Oh,
get to
he's having a bad. I mean, Ohio State won. What's the problem?
I know, right?
What's the issue, Cade?
But we appreciate the $19.99 super sticker from one of our YouTube members, Godfather the SEC. We appreciate you as always, good buddy. You are
Oh, we
always
appreciate it,
supporting
Godfather.
us in the
You're
chat.
amazing. I always love seeing you in the chat. Love seeing you in the chat.
You're amazing.
Appreciate
man.
it. I do have to point out this comment from Husker, though. Georgia looked great on downplay. I'm not trying to downplay it, Piss Night, because I do feel like maybe that's what's coming across when I'm saying what I'm saying. So I definitely don't want to make it seem like that. I appreciate you for pointing that out, because to clarify, I'm not saying that Georgia is a bad team and they didn't play good. I'm just saying that Georgia did not play to what they're capable of playing. And I still think that they're not that great of a team compared to what they've been. They're still a great team in the scheme of college football, the grand scheme of college football, but compared to what they've been, they are way worse than they were 3 years ago. And Kirby knows it. Kirby knows. I mean, you saw, like, Kirby Smart usually gets all, like, mad and junk when his team loses. Did you really see? I mean, Kirby was going off some, but Kirby just kind of accepted reality. He kind of knows his team isn't all that good compared to what they've been. Again, when I say all that good, the people are like, oh my gosh, Jeffrey's saying Georgia's as bad as Arkansas. No, I'm not saying that. Georgia's good. They're not as good as they've been. And Kirby knows. He knows. He knows that they've been very fortunate to win a lot of these games. And they got soul searching to do. Georgia's got stuff to fix. And I'm glad they didn't fix it against us. I'm glad that we beat them.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate that, Husker. I mean, again, sometimes when I start getting on my tangents, when I'm amped up after a big win, then I'll start saying stuff, and people just run with it. It's like, oh my gosh, Jeffrey is going crazy right now. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not crazy. I'm just I'm excited, man. I mean, we beat them again. It's like, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I picked against Alabama that one time in the SEC championship game, right? You remember the last year of Saban. I picked against us in that game. I did. I said Georgia's going to win. I think Saban, we're declining a little bit. You want to know what? I'm not picking against Alabama anymore against Georgia until we lose to them, because I felt humiliated. Felt humiliated picking Georgia. So last year I picked Bama, and this year I picked Bama. And I think we're going to keep on picking Bama until Georgia beats us.
Oh, man. Well,
they can't do it.
Well, we got 86 people watching this post-game live show tonight. We appreciate all of you tuning in. 81 of you are watching on my account on Jacksonville, Mississippi. Hop on over to Alabama at the Voice of College Football, where we've got magic all over here on Alabama at the Voice of College Football. Let's get the 3,000.
We want everybody in here, even the Georgia people that I'm trolling a little bit. But hey, I mean, it's a part of it's the nature of the game, right? I mean, everybody's going to troll. I try not to troll too hard, but I mean, hey, they came in swinging first, saying Alabama sucks.
Look like a troll? He's no troll.
I mean, Alabama sucks, but we won. I love that. I love that.
You know. I mean,
that would be like us coming on here and being like, Georgia sucks. It's like, do we really have a lot of validity to say that if you beat us? Not really.
No,
we kind of have to eat a little crow. We'll be like, hey, kudos to Georgia. You know, we thought we'd win, but we were wrong.
Oh yeah.
But we win. It's like, oh, well, Bama sucks. Okay. Okay. It just cracks me up, these people. I love it.
Oh man. It's just so funny, man. Well, Jeffrey, any other notes that we leave out, or do we?
I mean, we touched on a lot of it. I mean, honestly, we've just been having fun the last 10, 15 minutes. But I will say, I mean, to me, I think the big key was that we started out hot. You know, it was key to get these comments are just cracking me up. Okay.
Don't look at the chat.
I'm not. It's just it's so funny. It's hilarious. But we started off well, you know, and we got Georgia reeling early. You know, the crowd got kind of out of the game a bit. We were up 14-0. I think if we didn't start out that way, we probably don't win. So it was a big deal for us to start out the way we did. It was a big deal to get that early lead. We started out fast, and Ty Simpson was just balling out. And then essentially we held on to the win. That's what we did. We held on to the win. And I think that we showed a lot of things on both sides of the ball. But again, I think more importantly, it showcases that Alabama is still capable of winning a game like this. We're still capable of being that good. But again, it's got to be more consistent. And we still got things to improve on. I still think the running game's got to get better. It did enough. Late in the game, we got the yards we needed to get. So good job of the running backs. But we got to still get better in that regard. But the passing game, Simpson's firing on all cylinders. Again, I think he should be on the fringe of the Heisman conversation for how well he played. Especially with how disappointing so many quarterbacks have been, I think Simpson deserves to get some more recognition. He's playing very good. And the defense did show up.